Speaking kind of bad about you, man.
Who is this?
Aries Spears.
Oh, that dude?
Yeah. He said nothing.
Is he a comedian?
Yeah.
Because he ain't never made me laugh, so I don't know if he a comedian.
The camera glides toward the isolated mic as a deep sub-bass heartbeat rolls beneath a hushed female narrator. She explains in measured cadence that hip-hop culture reveres fearless commentary, but lineage and resume determine whether an incendiary opinion is crowned brave or condemned reckless. Comedian Aries Spears, whose peak visibility dates back to the early 2000s sketch comedy boom, seized a guest spot on Power 106's Big Boy's Neighborhood and chose provocation over punchlines. He attacked Ice Cube's musical catalog, dismissed the cultural weight of Today Was a Good Day, and reduced Cube's film career to the same scowl stitched into every scene.
Song that makes me want to jump out of a window is Have a Good Day.
Today was a good day. Rolling down the street in my 6'4". Police didn't come bother us no more.
The narrator sets the stakes. Ice Cube, architect of West Coast street reportage, and 50 Cent, hip-hop's most consistent scoreboard troll, rarely dwell on small-scale slander. Yet Spears' outburst will hit a nerve that pulls both legends into the arena, converting a throwaway radio segment into a viral autopsy on professional credibility. Viewers are told they will retrace every beat, from the moment the match was struck, to Cube's dismissal that felt like a doctoral thesis in understatement, to 50's meme warfare that turned ridicule into a marketer's field study, and finally to Spears' frantic, self-inflicted collapse under the weight of receipts he never earned.
Cube is a lyricist.
I can't stand Ice Cube.
That's crazy.
I'm not a fan of him lyrically or acting-wise.
Really?
He's the same.
How much time we got left here? Because should I just tell him to leave now?
Let me tell you something. Tommy Chung,
That's
comedian Tommy
egregious.
Chung.
I know Tommy
Tommy
Chung.
Chung did a great joke. He goes, here's Ice Cube as a gynecologist.
The scene opens inside the cramped, vividly lit Big Boy control room. LED strips bounce cyan across signed vinyl jackets from Dr. Dre, Kendrick, and Nipsey. Headsets dangle, crockpot aromas from the breakfast cart linger, and studio staff shuffle quietly to avoid contaminating live audio. Big Boy, practiced in diffusing incendiary banter, sets up a lighthearted conversation on rappers who can do it all. Without warning, Aries leans into the Shure SM7B microphone and launches a broadside so abrupt, even the audio board peaks into red. He calls Ice Cube a one-note rapper, labels his film characters variations on a scowl, and singles out Today Was a Good Day as, according to him, one of the most overrated singles in West Coast canon.
You know what separated 50 Cent from 50 Cent the rapper to the computer tech actor?
Classes?
Now I'm a computer tech. I'm working on computers. And I know computers, I'm a computer tech.
Silence gobbles the room. A floor producer blinks toward the clock, calculating how long until the next ad break. Spears misreads the stillness as green light and ups the ante with a grotesque Ice Cube as gynecologist impersonation. The line delivery is graphic enough that an intern involuntarily drops a stack of show rundowns. The atmosphere becomes vacuum thin. Big Boy offers a pivot to safer territory by invoking great lyricists, but Aries sidesteps to Tupac, declaring Pac's writing rudimentary next to true technicians such as Nas and Jadakiss.
Did you hear what he said?
What'd he say?
He said it was nothing about you impresses him.
The song that makes me want to jump out of a window is Have a Good Day.
Camera B captures a slow zoom on one co-host gripping her coffee sleeve so tightly, the cardboard buckles. Within 30 seconds of the rant ending, social media dashboards in the control booth show notifications rolling faster than the buffer can refresh. The hashtag #CubeSlanderIsSuicide crawls into national trend territory. TikTok reactors splice Spears' words beneath looping footage of dumpster fires rolling downhill. By the time show credits run, Aries has left the parking deck, unaware that his comments have achieved escape velocity.
Suckers usually don't like me. You know what I'm saying? That's cool though. You know, everybody got their opinion, and they all stink. You know what I'm saying?
Morning Drive Radio 2 days later. Ice Cube settles into a sleek on-air studio decorated with framed platinum plaques and a discreet Big 3 logo. He wears prescription frames, a modest chain, and the comfortable posture of a mogul who no longer needs to raise his voice. The host, mindful of Cube's aversion to needless drama, broaches the controversy with caution. Cube raises an eyebrow, then calmly asks whether Aries Spears is a comedian. Observing he has never found the man funny enough to remember, he adds that disliking him is normal for suckers, and the feeling is fully mutual, delivered with the warmth of reading a grocery list.
Hey, Miss Jenkins, I looked at your chart. Now get up on that thing.
That's racist. I don't know how it's racist, but what you just did is racist.
It's racist, and it's some cold that I'm not gonna sit next to you.
Whatever that was racism.
This is not a rant. It is a surgical excision. Immediately, the edit transitions into a kinetic split-screen resume reel, adolescent Cube penciling rhymes under a single bulb, archival footage of NWA rattling auditorium rafters, the No Vaseline acapella track lettering its brutal punchlines across the frame, premiere night red carpet flashes for Friday, Barbershop, and Straight Outta Compton, and drone shots of sold-out banners hovering over Big Three arenas. Intermittent lower thirds tally an empire, 33 platinum and multi-platinum certifications, more than $1 billion in global ticket sales from Cube-produced films, an equity stake in a rapidly growing 3-on-3 league valued by Forbes in 9-figure territory. The montage ends on Cube pushing his mic aside, shrugging as if the entire subject is a stray gnat.
He's a lawyer. I object, Your Honor. He wasn't even there.
Oh, man.
As a surgeon, give me that scalpel so I cut into that spleen.
So you don't feel Ice Cube as a lyricist?
Not at all.
Without a bar or a raised decibel, Cube's catalog has outdebated Spears' monologue. Late afternoon, Instagram Stories interface fills the screen. A user icon shows 50 Cent's profile picture, ringed by the rainbow gradient, signaling fresh content. Followers tap and witness a split-screen meme. A chubby-cheeked childhood Ice Cube snaps a coy grin beside Aries Spears, zoomed from a Vlad TV freeze frame. The caption, musing whether shared no shape, explains Aries' alleged obsession. Fast-cut flash counters display real-time metrics. 100,000 likes in 6 minutes, a complex headline in 20, and TMZ embedding the post on its front page. By the top of the hour, the next slide is a video. 50 glides through a G-Unit production warehouse, lined with editing bays. He chuckles at the lens, flips a Sharpie, and scrawls referral for bill relief on a mock prescription pad, labeled with Aries Spears' name, promising to help with those payments. The narrator elaborates that 50's allegiance to Cube traces to early 2000s Hollywood, when Ice Cube publicly vouched for the untested rapper-turned-actor while studios hesitated. 50's retaliation is brand synergy, trolling monetized as content. Viewers see the immediate effect. Derivative hashtags delusional Aries and Q-protectedly 50 surge. Twitch streamers dissect the feud line by line. TikTok creators transform Spears' critique into lip-sync comedy set to instrumentals from Cube's 1993 catalog. Data visual overlays chart the spike in 50's engagement, underscoring how effectively he weaponizes levity. Vlad TV's signature red brick backdrop appears. Aries Spears sits at a glass-topped table, posture sagging, yet voice defiant. He insists the uproar proves audiences cannot tolerate honest critique, reiterating that his comments were strictly artistic evaluation while professing respect for Cube's contributions to business and culture.
Wait a minute.
You don't think that...
One of the songs I hate the most, if it comes on, I want to shoot the radio. Today was a good day.
One of the biggest songs ever?
A picture-in-picture window replays the Big Boy clip, alongside the current claim, syncing contradictory statements for viewers to parse in real time. Live chat overlays erupt, labeling the shift as revisionist. The narrator references a wider credibility erosion. Social media threads resurface a 2022 civil suit alleging Spears and Tiffany Haddish filmed a disturbing sketch involving minors. A case settled but never forgotten. A rapid montage cuts to podcast testimonials from former Mad TV colleagues, describing Spears as fiercely talented but impossible to collaborate with, citing rehearsal room blowups and joke-stealing accusations. every attempt at self-defense spawns fresh rebuttals. Analytics heat maps illustrate that each apology tour episode correlates with a net negative sentiment swing. A superimposed graph shows Spears' Google Trends line spiking on controversy days, only to plummet below baseline when the cycle cools, illustrating virality devoid of revenue-producing conversions. The screen opens onto an elegant digital seesaw. On the left, a brushed metal plate labeled Ice Cube, cultural impact. On the right, a smaller plate labeled Aries Spears, cultural footprint. Icons begin raining onto Cube's side. The cover art of Straight Outta Compton, RIAA certificates, a laser pointer path mapping worldwide theater distribution for Friday, pie chart slices reflecting streaming residuals from Cube's publishing catalog, and drone footage of Big Three finals attended by NBA Hall of Famers. The arm of the scale drops hard. Next, icons tumble onto Spears' side. A single Mad TV season collage, a 2005 Comedy Central half-hour thumbnail, low-resolution clips from regional comedy club flyers, and a looping GIF of a Vlad TV rant thumbnail.
Hey, you're not gonna beat this hater beef if that is the song that sets you off. Today was a good day. By Ice Cube. Today was a good day. By Ice Cube. Come on, man.
Even at full load, Spears' side barely nudges the fulcrum. The sequence culminates with Ice Cube's recent tweet, teasing a black and chrome poster for the long-awaited film Final Friday, cast grid glowing with Chris Tucker, Mike Epps, Cat Williams, and Regina King, all fan favorites returning, while Spears' name is conspicuously absent. An animated red stamp claps onto the poster, reading "Role not available." The narrator calmly notes that sometimes exclusion says more than 1,000 clapbacks. Trade press alerts begin surfacing within 48 hours of Ice Cube's dismissive interview. An email leak from a mid-level agent at a major comedy booking firm reveals that multiple urban theater tours quietly removed Aries Spears from their shortlists. The studio casting tracker shows Spears' name scratched in red beside a character he was in talks to voice for an animated streaming series. Entertainment lawyers interviewed off-record describe a doctrine they call opportunity cost contamination, when the perceived PR damage of hiring a talent outweighs whatever skill they bring to the table. Even talent buyer spreadsheets from second-tier casinos flag his name in yellow, meaning requires additional approval. None of these blackballing moves makes headlines on its own, but a mosaic of reluctance becomes visible when the pieces are placed side by side. By day 5, the conflict migrates from hip-hop logs to breakfast television chatter. Morning anchors frame the debate as a generational culture war. Older icons with proven track records versus mid-tier comics chasing shock value in the algorithm age. A CNN pop culture panel cites Nielsen's social content ratings, showing that the Ice Cube Aries Spears spat briefly eclipsed NBA Finals-related tweets. Rolling Stone publishes a timeline that embeds every relevant clip.
This is ridiculous, Aries. You can't be that much of a hip-hop purist and only be into lyricists and not understand the storytelling genius of Today Was a Good Day. The Isley Brothers. This is why you get called a hater. This is exactly why you get called a hater.
The New Yorker runs a short digital essay on the death of comedic deference. Once legacy outlets amplify the story, Spears' reputation becomes the B-plot in a larger narrative on cancel culture, professional envy, and the punitive power of social virality. #historians on X dig up decade-old posts in which Spears once praised Cube's music, painting the rant as inconsistent rather than principled. Fan editors splice those archived tweets into side-by-side TikToks, overlaying them with the radio rant audio. Meme economies flourish. One viral template shows a seesaw, Cube on one end with gold records, Spears on the other with a Vlad TV microphone that never balances the weight. Discord servers dedicated to hip-hop debate open special channels just to catalog joke variants. Engagement numbers soar for everybody, except for Spears, whose own socials lose net followers as quickly as the story grows. YouTube analytics firms note that Ice Cube's catalog streams spike by 16% in the week following the blowup. 50 Cent's liquor brand registers a temporary uptick in online orders, a textbook example of controversy-adjacent sales lift. In contrast, Aries Spears' booking fee, usually hovering around mid-five figures for collegiate shows, drops by almost half according to two separate talent agency sources. Promoters cite potential audience hostility in deposit refund clauses, and the accountant familiar with comedy tour P&Ls breaks down the math. Even a 10-city pullout can turn a profitable quarter into break-even once travel costs and marketing spend are sunk. Spears' camp circulates a statement insisting dates are being rescheduled, but ticket platforms list them as canceled. Industry analysts debate whether this saga signals a new era in which resumes trump hot takes in real time. One school of thought argues that legacy artists now sit atop such massive paper trails, music, film, entrepreneurial ventures, that casual slander only rebounds on the speaker. Another suggests audiences are growing fatigued with outrage for clout and are rewarding seasoned artisans who stay outwardly unbothered. Either way, the exchange crystallizes a lesson. The louder your criticism, the longer your track record had better be. For Ice Cube and 50 Cent, the episode becomes another line on an already dense CV of cultural dominance. For Aries Spears, it becomes a cautionary tale footnote, a moment when the cost of speaking loudly eclipsed the benefit of being heard. The camera returns to the empty microphone under amber light. Narration reiterates that in hip-hop discourse, volume alone never outranks provenance. Ice Cube neutralized disrespect with a resume, 50 Cent monetized the mockery, and Aries Spears learned that social media fact-checks bravado against documented achievement. Viewers are invited to weigh in below, drop their favorite Ice Cube lyric, and subscribe for future deep dives that unravel the moments where pop culture confidence collides with historical receipts. The channel logo glows electric blue, a laid-back G-Funk loop fades in, and credits roll behind the lingering echo of a microphone that only legends have truly earned the right to pick up.